You know, we often think of spiritual awakening as a lofty pursuit, something reserved for those who meditate on mountaintops or seek enlightenment in quiet temples. Most people remain blissfully unaware of a crucial truth. What you put into your body can either propel you forward into greater awareness or anchor you in the past, keeping you shackled to the mundane. Many believe that spiritual work is solely about the mind and heart, the exploration of thoughts and emotions. But here's what they don't realize. The substances we consume, those moments of indulgence, the hurried meals, the comforting treats, directly impact our state of consciousness. You see, our bodies are like gardens. They need to be nourished with care and intention. Just as a gardener tends to weeds that choke the life out of beautiful blooms, we too must be vigilant against the habits and choices that dull our spiritual potential. This is why so many individuals find themselves wondering why they feel stuck or uninspired, drifting through days clouded by lethargy and disconnection. It's as if they're caught in a fog of monotony, unable to access the vibrant energy that lies within. We become trapped in cycles of poor choices, mistaking the allure of comfort foods for the balm our souls truly crave. In reality, these choices are dulling our senses, obscuring our inner light, making it harder to step into the fullness of who we are meant to be. I once knew someone who seemed to possess an unquenchable spirit, yet their dietary choices painted a different picture. They indulged in processed sugars and artificial energies, embracing all the enticing quick fixes marketed as convenience. And as the weeks and months rolled by, it became heartbreaking to witness their vitality fade beneath the weight of their decisions. The same vibrant essence that sought upliftment began to dim, a flickering light in danger of extinguishing. Days wore on filled with empty calories and fleeting bursts of energy, and all the while they remained blissfully unaware that their physical state was dictating their emotional and spiritual experiences. They craved energy, yet each choice tethered them further to their couch, lost in a haze of artificial stimulation. Now here's where it gets interesting. The moment you truly understand that your physical state influences your spiritual journey, you begin to see the barriers you've unconsciously erected. Each time you opt for easy fixes over nourishing meals, those quick snacks or sugary treats, you're affirming a separation between your body and your spirit. You tell yourself that what you consume doesn't matter, that your awakening exists independently of the realities of everyday living. But let me tell you, there's a profound realization waiting just on the other side of this awareness. When you choose to nourish your body, when you consciously select foods that uplift you, something remarkable happens. You create space for clarity, love, and intuition to flourish. Imagine for a moment the possibilities that arise when every meal becomes a sacred act. What if you began to view your plate as a canvas upon which to paint your personal journey? The choices you make with your food can transform from mere sustenance into powerful catalysts for inner change, sparking insights that anchor your spiritual practice in the remarkable truth of your daily existence. Many spiritual traditions have long known this truth, teaching us that body and spirit are not separate entities, but interwoven in a dance of reciprocal influence. Each bite holds potential, each meal bears the capacity for awakening. The teachings insist that true spirituality is rooted not only in the ethereal and the contemplative, but also in the corporeal and the essential, simultaneously embracing the divine and the mundane. So consider this a gentle invitation to explore the deeper truths concealed within your daily choices. Begin by examining what truly nourishes you, not just in terms of physical sustenance, but also in the emotional and spiritual realm. Ask yourself, how do my eating habits align with the life I wish to lead? Are they propelling me forward into greater awareness? Or are they standing in my way, holding me back from the life I'm meant to live? It's in this journey of exploration that startling realizations may emerge. This is about more than simply feeling good or achieving that fleeting high. It's about unlocking a sustainable path towards spiritual clarity. You may even begin to uncover layers of yourself that have long lain dormant beneath the weight of unhealthy habits. The more you delve into this journey of conscious living, the more you'll recognize the intricate relationship between body and spirit. It's a dance of mindfulness that invites you to engage fully, not just in the realms of thought and feeling, but through the act of nourishing and honoring the precious vessel that houses your soul. As you embark on this path, remember, awakening isn't an isolated event. It's a continuous unfolding, colored by the choices you make in every moment, especially those involving your physical nourishment. This isn't just about food. It's a holistic practice of living, a commitment to bring consciousness to every aspect of your life. And I assure you, true spiritual growth can become a living practice, one that invites clarity, inspires joy, and ultimately leads to a profound connection with yourself and the world around you. Now, if this resonates with you, let's dig deeper into the underlying psychology of the choices we make regarding our nourishment. What exactly drives these decisions that often lead us away from what would truly uplift us? You see, there's a powerful mechanism at play here, one that influences our behaviors across all aspects of our lives, particularly when it comes to what we put into our bodies. At the heart of many of our dietary choices lies a quest for comfort, a yearning to soothe emotional wounds and alleviate stress. In a world filled with chaos and demands, it's tempting to reach for quick fixes, sugary snacks, processed foods, or those old comforting meals that remind us of simpler times. While these choices may offer temporary relief, they often result in an emotional and physical crash that resonates throughout our day. Think about it. How many times have you indulged in a meal that seemed to promise comfort, only to feel lethargic and heavy afterward? You've made a transaction, trading your vibrant energy for fleeting pleasure. This cycle creates a dangerous oscillation between energy and fatigue, making it difficult to connect with your true potential. Consider a talented artist I once knew, brilliant in his creative expression. In an effort to cope with the stress of life, he turned to fast foods and sugary treats for supposed energy. Over time, I watched as he transformed from a vibrant creator bursting with inspiration into someone fatigued and uninspired. His once lit canvases began to lose their color, reflecting a spirit dulled by the food choices that weighed him down. He believed he was merely experiencing a creative block, unaware that the lethargy stemming from his diet was suffocating his brilliance. But let's dive deeper into what's really going on here. By adopting these quick fix habits, you inadvertently erect barriers between your body and your spirit. Each time you lean into instant gratification rather than mindful nourishment, you deepen that gap. You wake up the next day still feeling disconnected, telling yourself that your eating habits are inconsequential when, in reality, there lies a profound truth hidden beneath. Here's the moment of transformation, the awakening to the intricate connection between your physical well-being and your spiritual journey. When you come to understand that your choices profoundly influence your engagement with life, you can take back your power. You begin to make decisions that prioritize mindful nourishment, realizing that it is a sacred act. Instead of focusing solely on avoiding negative choices, you actively invite foods into your life that uplift your spirit. Imagine this. What if you began to approach your meals as a form of self-expression, where each ingredient becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of your body? Your meals can transform into sacred rituals, aligning with your deepest aspirations. When you consciously choose vibrant foods, fresh fruits, nutrient-rich vegetables, wholesome grains, you create opportunities for insights and inspiration that align with your truest self. Now, this doesn't imply that you need to strive for perfection or deny yourself the joy of indulgence. Rather, it's about finding a balance. You can enjoy a piece of dark chocolate, celebrating its rich flavor, while also being mindful of how it influences your feelings post-consumption. The key lies in maintaining that balance, fostering awareness around food, rather than allowing it to become mindless consumption. Every time you nourish your body with intention, you send a message to your spirit that you acknowledge and care for the whole of who you are. In doing so, you reclaim your energy, your vitality, and your joy. These positive changes ripple outward, influencing your relationships, work, and creative endeavors. When your body feels good, your mind and spirit are free to soar. Challenges will inevitably arise on this journey of transformation. Societal pressures can tempt you to abandon your mindful choices. Friends and family may not understand your commitment, often pressing you to conform to convenient eating habits. Yes, people will judge you. It's part of navigating this path. But here's where the beauty lies. The moment you stop seeking validation from others is when you begin to truly embody confidence. The shift occurs when you move away from the desire for approval and start living authentically, deeply rooted in your own needs and desires. As you continue to traverse this path of transformation, remember, you are not alone. Many are awakening to the profound connection between nourishment and their spiritual journeys. Together, you can cultivate a community that honors both body and spirit, weaving a powerful tapestry of clarity, joy, and authenticity that benefits everyone involved. This journey defines what it means to awaken. It's not an isolated endeavor, but rather a collaborative one, inviting you to engage meaningfully with all aspects of your life, particularly your nourishment. Embrace this journey, cherish it, and allow it to guide you toward the vibrant life you are meant to lead. Awakening is an ongoing process, a continuous unfolding shaped by your choices at every moment, especially regarding what fuels your body and spirit. It's all about taking responsibility and recognizing the impact you can have on your own life and on those around you. The choice is yours, and the results can be profound. Here's the beautiful truth. When you shift your perspective on nourishment, everything changes. When you truly see the connection between what you eat and how you feel, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you create a space for profound transformation in your life. It's like flipping a switch. Suddenly, you become more aware of the energies that affect your well-being. You begin to experience life through a different lens, one imbued with clarity and intention. So, let's take a moment to explore what happens when you adopt this new mindset. Consider the idea that your meals are not just functional, they are opportunities for self-expression and empowerment. Every meal becomes an intentional act, a sacred ritual where you honor your body and soul. When you view eating this way, you start to appreciate the age-old wisdom that says food is not merely fuel, it's an extension of your spiritual journey. You begin to recognize how each choice you make in the kitchen reflects a larger narrative about who you are and who you seek to become. Now you might wonder, how do you practically apply this understanding in your life? It begins with the simple act of becoming mindful. When you sit down to eat, take a moment to breathe before diving into your meal. Notice the colors, textures, and aromas on your plate. Ask yourself, how does this food serve my body? How does it engage my senses? Your meal transforms into a celebration, an opportunity to tune into the nourishment that fuels your essence. But let's not overlook the obstacles that may arise on this path. External pressures, hidden cravings, and old habits will demand your attention. You might find yourself reaching for that old favorite, a comfort food reminiscent of bright memories, only to realize it no longer serves you. This is where self-compassion comes into play. It's essential to acknowledge those moments without judgment. Instead, treat them as opportunities to learn. Reflect on what led you to that choice. Was it stress, fatigue, or perhaps a desire for connection that was unfulfilled? The moment you begin about not thinking of this journey as a strict set of rules, but as a gentle, evolving practice, life unfolds in unexpected ways. You may discover new foods that spark joy within you, vibrant vegetables, flavorful herbs, or wholesome grains, and suddenly, meal preparation becomes an adventure rather than a chore. You'll find creativity blooming in your kitchen, and cooking transforms into a canvas for your self-expression. Let me tell you about someone I knew. She was a professional chef, deeply passionate about her craft. Yet, amidst her busy life, she often turned to convenient options that didn't nourish her body or creativity. After some time and a bit of reflection, she realized that her meals felt like a routine rather than the source of joy they once were. Determined to rekindle her creativity, she began to experiment with ingredients she had never used before. Slowly, her culinary creations became a dance of flavors and cultures that reinvigorated her spirit. She was nourishing herself in a way that healed old wounds and connected her deeper to her craft. This story highlights the essence of integration. When you intertwine your knowledge of nourishment with your spiritual practice, magic happens. You learn to weave together intention, mindfulness, and creativity on your path toward transformation. You become an alchemist of sorts, taking ordinary ingredients and turning them into meals that invigorate and empower you on all levels. And here's an important paradox to embrace. The more you focus on nurturing yourself holistically, the more you lift yourself out of the fear of judgment and comparison. You stop worrying about how others perceive your choices and start attending to your own needs. This shift may feel daunting at first, but trust me when I say it's incredibly liberating. The world actively tries to convince you of what you should consume, but as you venture into this new way of living, you'll rediscover a sense of agency that aligns perfectly with your awareness. Remember, this isn't about rigid rules. It's about inviting a deeper awareness into your relationship with food and nourishment. You are allowed to experiment, to indulge, and to occasionally take a break from your intentional choices. Life is meant to be enjoyed, not restricted. The more you embrace this journey, the more natural and effortless it becomes. As you continue nurturing your physical body, allow your spirit to intertwine with that experience. Enjoy the delicate flavors and nourish your soul through the process of cooking, eating, and engaging with your food choices. You may find this nourishes your creative side, sparking inspiration in all areas of your life. The clarity that arises from honoring your body radiates beyond the dinner table. It permeates your relationships, your work, and your sense of self. You are awakening to a fullness that transcends mere sustenance. So let this serve as a reminder. Each time you nourish your body with intention, you create a ripple effect that goes much deeper than the meal at hand. It influences how you interact with the world, how you inspire others, and how you foster a genuine connection with your truest self. You possess the wisdom to cultivate this connection, and in doing so, you set the stage for a vibrant and fulfilling life. Awaken to this potential, for it is yours to claim. Let's bring this all together, shall we? As we reflect on the journey of nourishing both body and spirit, it becomes clear that this path isn't just about what we eat. It's about how we engage with life itself. Every choice you make intentionally impacts the world around you and the energy you bring into it. This is the heart of what we've been exploring, a synthesis of nourishment and awakening, where each meal is not merely sustenance, but a celebration of life. You see, when you begin to nourish yourself with intention and clarity, the consequences ripple outward in profound ways. You start to embody a new way of being. You become a living testament to the power of choice and awareness. This is not just personal growth. It's a transformation that influences your relationships and creates a magnetic energy that attracts others who are on similar paths. You become an inspiration, inviting those around you to explore their own relationships with food and consciousness. And here's the key. When you genuinely care for yourself, you grant permission to others to do the same. You rid yourself of guilt and shame, instead embracing a sense of freedom. Each meal becomes a practice of love, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. You create a space where dialogue flows naturally, allowing others to share their experiences without the weight of judgment. As you embrace your journey of nourishment, you pave the way for others to step into their own authenticity. Now let's reframe this entire process. Rather than viewing your relationship with food as a calculation of calories or nutrients, start seeing it as a reflection of your values, desires, and spiritual journey. Ask yourself, what do I truly want to invite into my life? How do my meals mirror the essence of who I am and who I aspire to be? You are not merely feeding your body, but rather cultivating an ecosystem of vitality and wellness. Embrace the awakening process as one that unfolds gradually. Achieving clarity and connection evolves over time. Think of it this way. Your life is a garden. The choices you make about what you nourish yourself with are like the seeds you plant. Care for these seeds with love and they will flourish into something beautiful. Neglect them, and the weeds of unmindful consumption will choke your potential. The power is in your hands, and the beauty lies in nurturing this garden with sensitivity and intention. As you come to understand this deep connection between nourishment and your spiritual path, remind yourself to extend compassion to your past selves. Honor the choices you've made along the way, for they have led you to this moment of realization. You didn't arrive here through perfection, but through the journey of exploration, learning, and growth. Allow yourself to release any feelings of regret. Instead, embrace this moment as an opportunity to evolve. So as we culminate in this exploration together, take a moment to breathe and reflect. Allow these insights to sink in deeply. You have the power to awaken not only to your own potential, but also to the collective shared experience of everyone around you. Remember that true transformation is a cycle, and living consciously in this manner creates a legacy that ripples through your community and beyond. In closing, I invite you to approach your life with a spirit of curiosity and openness. Embrace the shifts in consciousness as they come. They encourage you to gather wisdom from each encounter, fueling your journey with deeper understanding. Allow each meal to be a moment of connection, an opportunity to nurture your inner self while honoring the world around you. You are not just a participant in life, you are an active, engaged creator of your reality. So, let me leave you with this thought. Awaken to your potential as you nourish yourself in a manner that reflects your values and desires. This is your journey, your awakening, and it's a privilege to partake in the joy, beauty, and richness of life. Remember, this path is yours to travel, and every step taken in awareness is a step toward a more vibrant and fulfilling existence. So claim your nourishment, embrace your awakening, and share your journey with the world.